Hi, I want to turn down the music for a second. I want to talk about this because I got really excited today. First of all, Ace Attorney. But before that, hold up. Let me just try to remember buttons because I'm really bad at this. There. Okay. I wanted to talk for a second just because I can. But, I got really excited because, like, for the first time today, I go to this restaurant. I'm kind of like a regular there, I'll be honest. And while I was at this restaurant, the chefs were really nice and they gave me a complimentary food, which was like really nice. And I was really happy. Big geek. I am big. I am huge today because I can. But I got really excited because the chefs were really nice and they gave me a complimentary food. I was really happy. Okay, with that out of the way, and I got to brag about it, and I'm really happy. Today is a good day because I got to eat food for free. Ace Attorney! I get small again. Ta-da! There you go. Anyway, Ace Attorney. Recap about what happened. We're gonna start the second, whatchamacallit? Free food is always what it really is. Well, we're on the second part of the day 2 trial, and really everyone needs to go to jail. Everyone needs to go into the wood chipper, everyone needs to go to jail, all of it. Okay, I'm gonna turn the gate back up. There we go. If it's too loud, let me know. If it's too quiet, let me know, and I will make the tuning adjustments. You're gonna love the epilogue? We'll see. December 30th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5. Good morning, Max. I'm not Max. I'm Maya. Wait, have I done this already? Hold up. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Great. I'm going to have to do some little cooking silent. No, okay. Bye, Cleo. Oh yeah, morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. Have I done this? I feel like I have. I don't know how. I feel like I have. Let me look again. Episode 3, trial. Episode 2, trial. Am I here? Am I really here? This foot is showing. It's weird. I'm feeling like deja vu. What the hell is happening? Okay. Okay. Teehee. Regina, what the hell? You're in the right place. Okay. Okay, now I know this is not deja vu because I've never talked to Regina in the courtyard before. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Don't give him the white substance. Regina. How fabulous, my sweetie pie and my sweetie pie princess. No. 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 You going to watch my performance today? Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch it. Mo told you that? Why? 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 So, what kind of performance did you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of performance today, honey. I like how I did not predict that. Mo's cooking trust. Okay, we will trust in Mo. We will trust in Mo. It is not that kind of a show, isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't, yeah, she doesn't know what's going on. Or where she is. Please tell me you're realizing it's a mistake to have a crush on her. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you guys later, okay? I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous. Just enjoy yourself out there, my dear. Good luck out there, Max. You're the best. Okay, she's adorable, but girl, you need to know he is not someone you want to be with. Dude. Regina, run. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, Regina's adorable, and I will take care of her, I guess, and be a fun little aunt. But I am going to get her into therapy and get her away from this man because he is not a good man. Regina's different, don't you think? But hold up. Did they just make a Jacksepticeye reference right here? Because they did a smack and everything with the top of the morning to ya. What? Hi, Mo. Oh gosh, what was your voice? Oh gosh, I keep forgetting your voice, dude. Everybody, let's get ready to stuck in the legal limbo. How can you do? Mo. Top of the morning to you, governor. It was Smoker Clown. Oh gosh, what was the voice? I know it was Smoker voice. How does it? I know it's like a scratchy, raspy voice. I can't remember. I'm back. Welcome back, Cleop. Top of the morning. You see, that's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. I don't have energy because I don't even remember your voice, dude. I really can't remember. Fuck, how do I not remember your voice? It's gonna eat me alive until I get it. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms like higher brain function. Yeah, but they have a lot more heart. Most Clown's voice has been swapping every stream. You know what? You're right. You're right. I can't remember his voice to save my soul. And though worms do have lack higher brain function, they have more heart because they actually have 5 hearts. Look it up. A worm has 5 hearts. I know because I had to dissect one. Here, Max, I brought your present. Have yourself some milk. Shouldn't you be getting that for your kid? Fun facts with Tiny, yeah. Yeah, and the eyes that are closest to our own are cow's eyes. I had a teacher once, she was cool. We dissected a cow eye. It was very weird. I don't even want to know where she got the cow eyes, to be honest, but she was cool. And we got to inspect the inside of a cow's eye. And she's like, this is similar to our eye, it's just bigger, so that we can understand it better about how our eyes work. Which is also cool, but very disgusting. I was gonna shit so much later. You know what? Valid. Thanks. So how are you today, Mr. Right? Well, I've got a feeling the day I'm gonna face up against the real culprit. I feel like his voice is turning too much into the freaking... What was his name? I can see his face. Where's the ventriloquist? We have Ben. Where's the ventriloquist? Mr. Quist guy. Why is he? Oh, Trilo. The puppet. Yeah, he sounds too much like the puppet to me. Yeah, that was it. Sorry, Max. I'm gonna butcher you over and over and over again until this court is over. I like how I say that against dead face. TinyGeek's teacher probably taught chemistry and had a secret business involving periodic tables. She was a she was a science teacher. But it wasn't exactly chemistry specifically. The dead fan kills me every time. It does. Oh gosh, that's so funny. You mean acro? What was that voice? I don't know what I just did. You think he did it? No! No! Not my handsome man! Not my handsome man, acro! Come on, please! Be careful now! He used to be putting his life on the line, quite literally! I sound like I'm going into an old lady voice. What the hell is happening to me? He's got guts to spare! All I've got to worry about is how the tightrope is. I used it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I would the other witness. When are you gonna do that, Nick? Well, fake it till I make it. I'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we're gonna rely on evidence. It's the only way I'll get past Acro and to the truth. Alright, new addition to the Jake Marshall, Nekamaru, Leon Kennedy army. Welcome home, Acro. I'm hoping Marshall and Acro can become good friends, and then Nekamaru and Leon Kennedy are like the freaking gym bros. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Oh wait, I think I remember the voice. Hold up, I had to click for a second. Anyways, I wanted to make sure that Regina sees it all today. Oh gosh, I'm going into old man voice. I don't know what I'm doing with you. I'm sorry, Mo. You're just gonna flip flop around until I figure it out again. I'm pretty sure that the next game for prosecutor's gonna join the army. Probably. Depending on how he looks, probably. He's gonna be my Edgeworth. Regina sees it all today. It's very important. She'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. That he was murdered? We all know he was murdered. You want us to make sure that Regina watches it? You know, you're kind of messed up, but I respect you for it. It's weird. I respect you, but I don't like you. Kind of. Yes, that's why I brought her to court today. She's still in Cloudland. Someday she'll come back. What is that supposed to mean? Oh, Mo! That's a little rude, but okay. She needs to know that whenever people die, they don't just become stars. They might be old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Alright, Mo, let's just hit a 16-year-old in the face hard with some freaking realism. I'm gonna keep butchering this clown. I am so sorry to Mo. We like Mo, I promise. I do like him, but I keep butchering him because I always forget his voice. December 30th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximum and Galactica. I remember. I don't know why, but I remember the judge. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. Of course. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What is the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness. Or shall I say, a new witness. One that saw Maximum Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order in this court. I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if need so arises. Hey, Dynamic! In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene in my orders. Poor Gumshoe, dude! Man can never catch a break. I'm hoping he's getting to sleep today. Dear Lord. Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Alright, let's do this. Time to walk the courtroom tightrope. When is it not ever a tightrope? Oh! Ah! My man! Gosh, I don't want him to be the killer. Name and occupation. My boy! You must be respectful. What was your voice again? Oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher your name too. I'm gonna butcher your voice. I'm gonna butcher Vax's voice like I already haven't done that. Candingaling. Everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Berry Big Circus. And where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. Crime scenes below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. I don't want to have to. Okay. You see, it was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. A few minutes later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's what it looked like. To be honest, whenever I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. And if that's the case, there's very little the prosecution needed to add. All that's left to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Hi, Clovers! Before I get that far, I would like to cross-examine the witness and do my job as a lawyer. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolishness sadness of a sad little fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Clearly, you don't know anything about that. And just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, did. Bro, don't be bringing my boyfriend into this. How dare you? Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? Yes! With the witness's testimony, yes. With the defendant, or with the prosecutors, absolutely, because she just had to bring personal matters into this shit. How dare you bring personal matters into a courtroom, Missy? I can be just as salty. Here we go. In the words of Miss Von Karma, might I quote yesterday's proceedings? There is no way that actually happened. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. The salt is real. Oh gosh, I'm gonna press. I don't have a lot of money. Okay. You said you're resting? I'm with us assume that you turned the lights off in your room, right? Yeah, that's right. There were safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. So bright though, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? Ah! Look at him caring for the birdies! I love this! Never really thought of that. Guess it means I'm off to buy some curtains. Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. No, you don't. No, you don't. The witness will proceed with his testimony. You know, for once I agree on that one. I agree with that one. Okay, press. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Of course. And you said that you were resting in bed? That is right. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Resting echo doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something is contradictory in what he said just now. How could you hear from your window on the 3rd floor from outside? I'm gonna keep pressing and say there's a contradiction. There's a contradiction in the testimony that was given. Okay, here we go. Objection! If there's a contradiction, prove it with evidence. Oh, fuck. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? It happened here. He's here. Okay. Bust. Wait. Wait. No, don't tell me Acro is the killer. I don't think it's here. Damn. I don't have anything. I'm just gonna present this, hope it's fine, and deal with it. Because it says that I need to present something. Crime scene. There's no health bar, just present your badge or something. I present the circus map. This is the world. What in the world is this? It's called a map, genius. You don't know what a map is? I'm so sorry, Judge. I should not be saying that to you, Your Honor. I'm sorry. You just don't get it, do you, Phoenix? You hit the judge, not me? What do I get? You're not going to be able to get through this one with your usual bluff routine. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again. Straight towards a guilty verdict. You were very much bluffing. I will not forgive any more mockeries made of this court. Shit. Witness, would you mind repeating your testimony? Sure. But this is the contradiction about seeing Max from behind. Okay. Max, I saw him from behind. Okay. Light in your room was turned off, right? Right? I was gonna be going to bed. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit up my room enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was a person's back, and I couldn't see the white rose in the front. How do you know that, sir? Did you see any of the other symbols? Liz saw the silk hat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press them, the less results it seem to get. No, it's there. I have it. I know exactly what happened. I just need to know who did it. And I'm hoping it's not him because, dear Lord, I hope it's not him. There's a contradiction. There's something that she just lost a bit of testimony. Okay. Contradiction. There's a huge contradiction in the testimony that was just given. There's a contradiction. Prove it. Okay. Symbol found at the crime scene. Huh? Okay, so it's the hat or the bust, but the bust was taken. So I think it was the hat because it was found at the crime scene. I present the hat. You claim to have seen the exact same thing that Mo saw that night. Do you stand by it? What do you mean? This little cat. What about it? I saw it on Max's head at the time that he flew by. You should try looking down from your window. Literally, I can't speak words. That would have been quite difficult considering the state. You see what this is? This is a wheelchair. Just looking outside of the window is tough enough of a challenge. Why are we? This man's crippled. This man has a disability, and here we are having to press him in court like this. This is so messed up. It's a shame because you would have noticed the silk hat found at the scene. And that's the ringmaster's hat, right? That's the ringmaster's? Right, not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. What are you getting at with this, Mr. Wright? It was found at the crime scene. You would have seen it fall. Are you saying that Max has two silk hats? No. You know what? Franziska, my dear, my darling that I don't like, please hit the judge. It's a handmade one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica, which means that you have been fibbing on the stand. Oop. Not my man! Not my man! Is he barefoot? Hold up. Was he barefoot? Order in this court. As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I'm not big mouth, now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What will cause this witness to commit perjury in this court? He has a grudge against Max. No. He has a grudge against the culprit. Either he was dreaming, or he was the real culprit. And I don't want him to be the culprit. Fuck it. I'm doubling down. I don't want it to be him, but seems like it. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? I don't want to, not my man! Alright. Doubling down, let's go. Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Mr. Wright, are you sure? I am very serious, Your Honor. I think your trips on the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab an audience's heart and mind. I feel like TinyGeek's crushes in Ace Attorney or Danganronpa have either ended up dying or getting arrested. Not true! Marshall did not die, nor did he get arrested. You know? And Danganronpa, yeah, like, you know, they died. But in Ace Attorney, no. Marshall didn't get arrested. Didn't Marshall get arrested? No, he got fired. He was just fired from his job. But like, he provided enough evidence to help get a guilty verdict. So, I mean, to each their own. He technically like sacrificed his job. He was arrested, damn it! He was arrested? I thought he was just fired. Damn it. He stole from the evidence room, but for a reason. Alright, fine, I guess. Man, I have really bad choice in guys. This is making me realize something. Hold up. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. He's poking my head. Hello, little birdie. He's staying rather calm and collected. I'm sorry, hold on. I gotta keep my composure. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to see a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a look at me. I can't even stand up on myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. Aw. I understand that Mr. Right here is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder. Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear to the accusation that it is ludicrous. She's right, way to pick on the disabled, you heartless cool-man. I didn't... The difference is I'm willing to wait for this man. He's a poopy head! Oh, yeah, sure. Why do I feel like that was Regina yelling that? Phoenix is such like a poopy head. See, Mr. Phoenix, right? If you were to try to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that is how you do it. What the fuck? I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Akko is unable to stand on his own. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claimed account of this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. But what if he did? What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? I'm sure he did. Because I remember his room. I mean, technically, he is still alive. Because, like, he didn't have an accomplice, it was all him? But how was he able, but, okay. His room, I remember his room, a certain part of his room was dirty, but he does have the upper arm strength. He might, might not be able to walk from the waist down, but man has still some strong upper arms. You could tell. This must be one to get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, actually. What? Money is innocent this time. Yeah, I guess. You're not gonna sucker me into this one. What are you blubbering about, Mr. Wright? There is no accomplice. Acro planned to commit this murder all by himself. Man! Okay. Order in the court. What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm gonna have to prove it on how all this fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you really do that, Nick? Look, I know what I can and can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, if this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, correct? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. Okay. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingaling? He was in his room. He was obviously here the entire time. He was in his room. Pretty simple, huh? He wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. And in that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro never left his room. What? Are you insane? What say you, Mr. Dingaling? It's an interesting theory. Bro, please, I don't want you to be guilty. That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yeah, that is. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. As the witness stated, your assertion is impossible. He is in a wheelchair and there's no way that he could go to the scene to be a killer. You've got a point. Seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I know! If you just let me fucking talk. Also, hi to Kitty. I'm so sorry I didn't get to say hi earlier. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. It's true. Most of it he saw Max, didn't he? It's still impossible for humans to fly. You mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? I know how you killed him, if you let me fucking speak. I can't leave my room, I obviously can't wear Mask's costume. I know how we did it. Careful, Nick, if you mess up here... I can't mess this up, I've got to give this some serious thought. And he did while he was in his room, no doubt. Time to enlighten us on how he committed it. I shall present evidence because I know how he did it. What he did is he took the bust of Max, and like put on the costume with the cape and the hat or whatever, and then dropped it on the guy. Wait, does he have a hat? Oh, he has a hat. So he dropped it on the guy, killed him with the bust, and then lifted it back up to make it appear like he was floating. He was in the costume. If I can present it, please work at my office. I don't want it to be Acro, though. Also, hi, Phoenix. I shall present evidence. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna present some evidence. What did he use as a crime against Berry? The bust. What is this, a picture? It is, actually. The problem is with the item that's in the picture. The bust. Yes, it's a very large bust. And because it's very life-size, it's also very heavy. Heavy. Heavy enough to guarantee a certain depth. You drop it from, I don't know, the height of a 3rd floor. Especially if you drop from a 3rd-story window. Bingo! Oh no, it's getting serious. The bird flew away. Uh-oh. See, this is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Ah yes, we all love the ample bust here. Order in this courtroom. So you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster? Yes. It was a rather simple crime. Even if you were struck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. Not for someone who has good upper arm strength. You see the muscles on that man? This man is very muscular. Acro's an acrobat, dude. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like that. You've seen his room. Man can lift. He works out. And he works out a shit ton. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond with these charges? Well, see, look at those muscles. Acro's at a loss for words. Should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro, you can't run away from things so easily. Ow! I'd watch what I would say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Why? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? What the hell are you getting at, Von Karma? She's using this testimony as a rouse to stall for time. There is no need to do such a testimony. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. Ooh. Good point. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way once in a while? Because he's too busy thinking about illegal things. Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Isn't that right, Phoenix? Thanks. Oh, she will seek to any low in any case. I cannot say anything on saying something. I can't speak. I'm not gonna say what I was thinking. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, but all my legs were injured. Yeah, I know, look at those fucking arms. Very strong. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. It makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. It would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? Nope. I have no doubts in regard to this witness's testimony. You see, it is impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. A single false step could have led to even more severe injuries. And that is exactly what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd like to proceed with my cross-examination still. What if there was another way to know where his head would be? That's what I'm thinking. What if? Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Okay. It is very quiet as I'm trying to examine. What if he sneezed? What if he sneezed? Or money. It was either huh. Did Tony figure out the whole case? Maybe. Fuck Tiny. Maybe. It was either one of the two things for some reason. Either the pepper, which made him sneeze, which gave away his location, I guess, maybe. Or Money the monkey. Somehow Money gave him the location in some way that allowed him the perfect angle to drop it. Maybe. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. You're the one stalling! Take a look in the mirror, motherfucker! Can't let her get to me. I gotta focus. I mean, she's the one fucking projecting. She's the one fucking doing this. Lift someone the size of that bust. I was strong out of body. Legs were injured. Lifting a bust and looking at the window would have been impossible. Press. Why is that? If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. Okay. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown that bus out of the window. I could have entered that kind of force in the lower body. Okay, so... You have to remember that my nerves are severely damaged. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation. It's still gonna take a while before I'm back at 100. Let me remind you of another very important point. The witness was carrying the bus. He would not have been able to see below the window. This one is wrong. This statement I need to counter with evidence, but I don't know which evidence to go for. Why do you say that it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bus, I couldn't see out below the window? There is no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head. I suppose you got a point, but you don't. Hey, Nick, what if you turn things around? Maybe you think of it sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm like a proof somehow. No! The ringmaster. What? Hold on. Wait, hold up. What if? I would like to hear your testimony again. What if you used the box to help get an idea? Because it said it was a very heavy box, right? The victim had over the 20-pound box that was a small but very strong lock. What if he was hearing him struggle with the box and dropped it on him? Like he's like, oh, I know where that box is because I put that box there. And while he's struggling with this box, he dropped it on him. What if that was it? I'm gonna present the box. I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit. I present the wooden box. Acro? You got it? Did I? Yay! You didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? I mean, you're driving a... Okay. You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I might add. Objection! You're silly hinting at things as pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just get to the actual point already. Enough stalling, how about you show us some evidence? I'm trying to get there if you would shut the fuck up for a minute. Put your whip where your mouth is, damn. I did a good hint. Yes, please hurry up and explain things. I'm trying to fucking get there. Have a look at this box. Sorry, I have something stuck between my teeth. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. Exactly. The question is, though, who placed the wooden box there? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Ben and company. Wow, they don't even call him fucking Tilo. Hello once again. Hello, Cleop. Which means this wooden box is already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bus came falling down, it was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these necessary questions is now clear. You mean to say that if the bus were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim? No. Yeah. Asshole. Order in this court. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable, but not impossible. Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. I just need to keep going. There's only one way to go from here. Forward. Good words. So the exact question is, who placed the wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere whenever he lifted the box. That is why the box was so specifically made. Wait, specifically made? Yeah. It had the most peculiar feature. The size of the box, the weight of the box, the contents of the box. Ooh, it's either the weight or the size. It has to be the weight. The box has a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the court record, it weighs exactly 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required, I see, would have to squat down and lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? Exactly. The box is also very large. The box is also carried handled on the other side, doesn't it? Which is also true. To lift up the box, you would have to squat down. Which means that then no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. You fool. I'm not a fool. You're the fool in this situation for thinking he's innocent. Despite how handsome he is, dear Lord. And kind with those birds. Didn't even bother to listen anymore? No, I've heard everything that you've had to say. I admit, though, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. And I'm surprised you're still gonna be in denial, honey. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright has a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? I do. The original location was in the cafeteria. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. What happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. That means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. But I could have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room. Monkey. This is where Monkey comes in. You see, Mr. Phoenix, right? Explain that. Don't forget, you did say there was no accomplice. He technically didn't. It was just the way the monkey is. Let me speak! I know it was Monkey! This is exactly how the witness could have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Definitely have a problem. There's no place to get the plaques. I got my whips. Alright, that's your explanation. Monkey. Monkey. I present Monkey! I present Monkey! This is Money. He's an annoying little piece of shit who likes to steal my attorney badge. A monkey. Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like how he stole the ventriloquist ring. Are you saying that the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. He just does it on his own. Monkey. Yeah, the joke of the monkey. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home. Oh no, you're getting mad. Which sucks, because you're so handsome, man. Alright, fine. Home? You see, Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room. If the bus was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and actually read the court record. Oh my gosh, the snap! The snap! My, those are some very nice and shiny cards he's holding. Yeah, they're made of platinum, which is very shiny. And heavy. Bronze, okay, bronze is fucking heavy, dude. It is very heavy. Acro. Money's a very strong monkey, isn't he? It'd be easy for him to bring that bus back to your room, huh? If he wasn't able to handle himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Hey, at least you admit it. Order in this court. I said order in this court. Dude, nobody's saying anything. Miss Von Karma, where is the bus in question at this moment? Not here. I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. Let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bus. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. Then you mean this bus was the murder weapon purely by accident? Yes and no. But mostly yes. It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Acro, please don't be the culprit. I don't want you to be the culprit, you handsome fucking man. Anyway, I think I've proven more than one critical fact. It was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron. I hate that I saw him and knew that he was gonna be the killer, but I didn't want him to be the killer because look at him. He's so, look at him. But look at him, you know? You know? Why is it always the good ones that end up having to go to jail? Alright, fine. Mr. Wright's argument was so circular and I'm in a bit of a diz. However, this argument does hold water, and there is no denying that. Do not seem so flamboozled, you fucking fool of a judge. Especially by this fraud of an attorney. I'm not a fraud. I worked my ass off and got this badge. You see this badge? It shows that I fucking graduated and became a defense attorney. I'm not a fraud. I do my job and I did my work so that I could get here. Just like you did. I think you're more of a fraud though, considering that you have basically daddy privilege. You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Wright. Motive, isn't it? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. It's not... Oh my gosh. There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That is very true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Don't let it beat you down. She's been beating me this whole fucking time. I just realized that there is a pattern on this chair here. Also, the judge isn't in his spot. He's not sitting there. Also, once again, there's pattern on it. How have I never noticed the patterns on these devices? This is a nice pattern. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I kind of disassociated, I guess, and was like looking around. I'm like, man, there's so many like detailed patterns here that I never paid attention to. Anyway, this is my chance to turn the trial around. Yeah, that's what we're doing. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? He saw the bust. He saw the bust.
Take that!
The murderer was the bust. Is a Max's Ow. I asked who the other person most saw on the scene. What evidence has nothing to do with the question? It has everything to do with the question.
Objection!
If you let me fucking speak, you damn bitch. Damn. Au contraire, mon frère. That does indeed have something to do with the fucking question. If you bother to listen and open up your eardrums, you might actually learn something. Jeez. I'm sorry, miss. I know you love Von Karma here, but she needs to learn how to fucking listen. Most of that he saw Max's silhouette. He did not actually see the man himself. It was not a human being that he saw. How is that possible? If you let me speak, Judge, I will explain everything. It's really simple. What Mo actually saw was Max's bust.
Objection!
I agree with you, but she's a good character. She is, but like, damn, she needs to learn to listen. She has ears, but she needs to like move her hair out of her ears so that way she can actually listen right. What the fuck are you talking about? Have you ever tried using your brain in all this sense? Have you ever tried to listen for once in your life? Damn! No wonder your father isn't around. He doesn't listen to you, so why should you listen to anyone else? Shit! The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak.
Objection!
There was no way that you couldn't attach a cloak to a bust. If you look at this bust, I can't believe I'm saying this so much. If you look at it, he could easily put a cloak on him, okay? It's literally a bust. It's half of his chest. It works. I still see a mustache though, which is weird, but point still stands. It would be easy to hang one of the cards on the bust hands. I like how we transitioned back to this after I just showed it. You idiot. Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust to make it look like the actual kill, like to like frame somebody? You have really pretty eyelashes. Why am I looking at that? I need to not look at that. I'm sorry. I got distracted for a second. It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just admit it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is the utmost importance of the case. Don't you agree? You caught me there. Mr. Wright, who put the cloak on the bust? I hate to do this. It was Russell. Because he walked out with the cloak on. He took the cloak from Max. But the bigger question is why? I can't believe I'm gonna be doing this.
Take that!
You're right. What? Him? You're
You're saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry.
That is exactly what I'm saying. I don't know why he did, but he did. I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust. Place the cloak isn't really the right way of thinking it.
What would be the way of thinking of Mr. Wright?
Explain it.
Like, do you really have a handle on all of this?
No, I got it. I'm putting an end to all the pieces. There's really only one picture that I can paint. All right, do you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene, and then he attached that rope to the bus and dangled the bus outside of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the exact same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and he went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume and he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. Just as he feared, he was spotted by the entrance of the lodging house. None other than by the ventriloquist and his puppet, Trilo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that is when Acro took the chance and released the rope. I don't want it to be you. Damn, you look so muscular. Holy shit. Do I have a type? I'm sitting here making a realization. Hold on. Do I have a type? Because I just realized a lot of the characters are mostly muscular guys. There was Nekomaru. There was Leon Kennedy. There was Acro. But there was Marshall, and Marshall didn't show that he was very muscular or active. I mean, he was very good looking, and he was nice and slim, but like he didn't have as much muscle as the rest of the guys. What the hell is? Am I making a realization of something about myself? She likes muscular guys. Who would have guessed? So cliche and feminine. But like, I like Sakura. She is very muscular. Just saying. And a sweetie pie. Now this is whenever the magic happens. At the very instant that the bus hit the victim. Oh! It landed on him. Now, hold on. Wait just a second, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try. I love Sakura. I do too! Dude, she was a muscle mommy, and she was a queen. You know, she loved to do girly things. She loved, like, she hung out with Hina. They had tea parties. And, like, she was also just really strong and athletic. Like, who doesn't love someone who's super strong and athletic, but also knows when to be super sweet and cutie girly? She was an icon. I loved her. As much as you try, and as much as you scheme, this isn't true, okay? It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. The circus isn't over yet. What? Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, what if it actually jumped on there? And I was just like, that's a very slim chance, but also it'll work. There's art of her wearing pink frilly bathing suit, and she loves girly things. She does! And that's what made her awesome. The impact of the bus, the victim threw the cloak up, which smacked onto the bus. That impact also caused a sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. And that witness was, of course, Lawrence Curls, aka Mo the Clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. That's how physics work, but in this game it has goes, so whatever. You know what? Valid. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. I mean, I think it could make sense a little bit. Just a little bit. Depending on how forceful, it's a very slim chance. And I would only believe it just because if you look at his cloak, this is the only time I would believe it. If you look at his cloak, it has like this giant open, like, whatever you call that, like that collar part. it's very, like, big. So I wouldn't be surprised if you hit it hard enough and you didn't have it latched on enough, it would get snagged on, like, a part of the actual bust. Like, maybe on the card, or maybe on the hand, or something, like the edge here or something. It would get snagged a little bit on there. Just, like, maybe not as much as what it's thinking, you know, full on around the whole neck and whatever, but, like, it would get snagged on some part of it to give that type of illusion that maybe they saw the full on, you know, max, but, like, it's both logical and illogical, because I can see how it could get snagged a little bit, but not to the extent of what they're saying. So I can hear it, but not hear it, you know? Like, it'd be kind of like hanging a little bit off the shoulders, but not exactly like that. Having completed the crime, Echo naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with a cloak dangling on it. Primarily because in this wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up, which gave the illusion that it was flying. And that is how the magical murder disappearance into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off was the person who was able to drop the murder weapon above the crime scene. Acro, it could have only been you. As much as I really don't want it to be. Acro's been playing Mind Games with all of us. Yes, he has, but I've been able to see right through it. Even though I want to deny it. He's going to the end of his rope now. So? What? So what? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove your fairy tale is actually true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter, the power of evidence and the power of my whip. Don't forget the power of my gavel. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we please have some evidence? What they want? So, what do they want? Like a motive? Explain that there can only be one possible murder method. There's still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Use that to get out of the jam. Enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Some evidence to the court shall always back your claims. I want you to find hard proof that you unraveled the trick to this magic case. What? Okay. Picture the crime scene. Made to order this in a fabulous time in the crime scene. Like a week ago, episode next to famous symbols. Bottom of the floor. Big circus, and accurate about all the shiny objects. 6 months prior. Time of death, once found in the back of the head. Victim was hunched over a 25 box, supposed to smell the very strong lock. When box is hunched over, it contains pepper. A reward ceremony. Placed in accurate Gina's pocket in the morning of the crime. A rebel trick. Is the hat? The hat? Again? When are we gonna present the pepper? Did we ever present the pepper?
Take that!
But Max's 3 symbols, you know, silk hat, cloak, white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Pepper's coming soon? Good. You will present the pepper. Okay, I was like, I know I had to present the pepper at some point. Yesterday there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, and the white roses were the other. But the theory that I just presented explains all of these contradictions. Do you ever shut up? Do you ever shut up? Because anytime that you want us to shut up, you fucking use the whip. When are you gonna put that whip away, shut your fucking mouth, and actually open up your ears to listen? You see, Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal saw the fleeing scene and was wearing a silk hat. There was only one explanation for that one. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust. That does make sense if you look at it that way. When you did see the silk hat.
Objection!
Fine, you forgot that one. But what about the other contradiction? The other one? Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night, but the clown's testimony did not match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like you to try and explain that one away. Can you do it? Of course. I can explain all of it. What? Please recall the instant whenever the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? You couldn't see it from his angle. It's a slim chance for it to do that, but I think it is possible in a weird way. Do you get it? If the cloak snagged onto the front of the bust, that means that the white roses would end up on the back of it. Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visibly seen because they were on the back of the bust. Order in this court. Sorry, I had a yawn there. This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. I'm gonna grab some... Hold up. I have a snack. It's in a... Technically, it is in a styrofoam container. Because that's all I had. But, I have a snack. I'm gonna be nibbling on what is called edamame. Edamame is literally just steamed soybeans. So... Keep going. Let's do this, Nick. Maybe Ron Carmel will finally throw in the towel. Okay. Thanks for being quiet so that I can eat my edamame. So much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? Do I mind what? I don't mind what. I don't mind what you're gonna say. What are you gonna say? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Yeah, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? You did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're soft track. If you're regarding to the incident 6 months ago, that is exactly your motive, my dear. Motive. I just fucking said. That's why I'm eating my edamame. I already have this case in the bag, bitch. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. No. Not just gratitude, but also hatred. He technically is losing his brother. Anyone with any relation to the circus will beware well of this. Bro. There is absolutely no way something like this would even kill the ringmaster. TinyGeek's been like 10 steps ahead of this case for the past 30 minutes. Have I? Sweet. I'm eating edamame as a freaking reward. This is great. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? No, don't worry, I have it. There's no doubt that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Yeah, and there's no doubt that I know the motive. Sorry, I keep eating an edamame. It seems that this case isn't quite over yet. Very well. However, I do feel that it's a good place to take a break. Sweet, because I'm eating some seeds. I'm eating some beans right now. We will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Perfect. Yes. Hell yeah. December 30th, 2:17 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5. Sorry, the soybean didn't come out right. There we go. I can't believe it. Acro? Really? Yeah. Pretty shocking, right? It really is. And to think that he was always the most straightforward of the group. Honey, your mascara, your fake lashes, honey. Jeebus, am I that hated? Jeebus, don't say Jeebus, dude, because I say Jeebus. Don't do that. Ahem. Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Psst. Ahem. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Ahem. Hey, pal. Hey, pal. Guys! Do you want some edamame? Oh. They're pretty yummy, and they're actually kind of healthy. Are you gonna ignore me after I went all this trouble to bring you some evidence, pal? No! Gumshoe! I honestly thought it was Regina. Which is partially why I did the little cough thing. Ah, forget it, pal. I'm gonna go home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Yes, he does. I will agree on you on that one, Gumshoe. Please give us an edamame. This man has been eating nothing but instant noodles for years. I have some extras. Like, I'll share. Speaking of accidentally, so I learned just recently that edamame has practically like 2 layers. You have the soft outside, and then you have like a harder inside, which holds the actual beans. And then the actual bean part. The hard bean part is very thick and is not really, not very fun to chew on. I just broke one in half. Anyway. Look, why don't you relax a little bit, okay? Actually, you need to go home, get some sleep, and I will bring you an extra bag of edamames, like an extra package, and you can heat it up later. Which reminds me of another thing. Styrofoam. Do not microwave styrofoam, okay? It is not good for your body. Anytime I watch people microwave food, I will honestly no longer eat their food. It's not a joke. I don't like whenever you microwave styrofoam. It gives off a certain emission from the microwave heat, and it's not good for your body to consume, and it kind of contaminates your food. So please, whenever you have microwave food or like stuff in styrofoam containers, please take the food out of your styrofoam containers on like either a paper plate or a regular plate or whatever, and stick it in the microwave, because from what I've read, styrofoam can actually cause like cancers and not good for your body. It's not good. So please do me a favor, do not eat or put styrofoam in microwaves, okay? Please put them in a different container before you microwave it, because it's not good for your body. Please and thank you. Okay, thanks. That's also why I don't like instant ramen noodles as well. I'm going down a tangent for a minute. I'm gonna do that. I did a research paper. Yeah, microwaving styrofoam can can put carcinogens, things that can cause cancer into your food. Yeah. How lost with TinyGeek, you can put it with styrofoam. Don't do that. Don't eat styrofoam, okay? Don't microwave styrofoam. I had to tell someone this because my family figured this out whenever I was really little. And since then, we have not put microwave or styrofoam containers in microwaves. And I went to someone's house and they were like, hey, do you want some leftovers? And I was like, sure. And they just took out the styrofoam container, put it in the microwave, microwaved it, and I watched them do it. And I'm like, why didn't you put that into a different container? They're like, why? It's styrofoam. And I was like, that's exactly why. And then they took it out. They're like, dude, it was like, here's your leftovers. I was like, I'm not eating that. Never mind. Like, if you're gonna do that, absolutely not. And he didn't believe me until he looked it up for himself. And then he was like, oh my gosh, you were right. This is not good for your body. I didn't know it could do this. And I'm like, yeah. That's why I told you not to do that for. I was like, let's put it, I was like, oh, do you have like another container to put it in? And he's like, why? And then it stuck it into the microwave. I'm like, what is wrong with you? But after he figured out for himself and did his own research that styrofoam is not good in the microwave, especially towards your food, and it contaminates it, he no longer did that. And I'm just like, it took you having to learn it and me having to teach you and tell you about it first for you to do it, but you know, to each their own. But that's just my own little complaint. So please be careful with styrofoam. If you put food in styrofoam containers, take it out and microwave on a separate plate or something, and not in the styrofoam containers, because they will cause potential cancer. Okay, don't do that. Don't contaminate your food with poison. Okay, thank you. Anyway, proceeding on. Detective Gumshoe, hopefully you're putting the ramen in a different container as well. That's why I prefer paper or cardboard. Yeah, they're also better for the environment as well. Styrofoam is not good for the environment. Which is gonna take me down a tangent regarding plastics and a bunch of other stuff, because I had to do like a little bit of a research for it, research thing for it. It wasn't a research paper, but I did have to research and learn about plastics in the environment, and oh my gosh, there's so much going on about the world, and it's just like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Our world is so fucked, and I hate it. And Gumshoe was looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm sorry, Gumshoe. I'm gonna go down rambles for a minute. I'm gonna go in front of some randles. Okay. The world is cooked. You have no fucking idea, dude. The other day, he gets the small ramen bags. I actually prefer the little ramen bags, to be honest. They annoy me because of the plastic bags, but I would rather have the ramen bags rather than the ramen cups, because they're made of styrofoam a lot of the time, and I don't like putting hot, like, boiling water in a styrofoam cup. Like, let's not poison ourselves more, alright? Ramen's already, like, cheap tasting already, and let's not make it worse by making it basically poisonous. Half of the modern educational system these days is teaching about how plastic is affecting the environment. It's bad because, like, there's nowhere for the plastic to go. You know, people are like, oh, we can, like, melt down and reuse plastic. We technically can't, depending on the circumstance. Yes, certain types of, like, materials can be recycled, you know? But not all of it can, and a lot of it just ends up going into, like, wastelands, and it's just affecting our ecosystem. It's so bad. It's so bad, and I just am like, we need to stop making plastic. That's just my opinion, though. I just don't like plastic. I actually like to save a lot of my plastic bags and use them as smaller trash cans. But whenever you really sit and think about the world, there is so much plastic that is being used. Even if it's like single-time use, there is just so much being used and wasted and thrown out, and we have nowhere for it to go. And people just keep producing, and the companies keep producing more and more plastic, and we're just gonna get plastic all over the place. And we're gonna have so much of it in the ocean and so much of it in people's homes and like everywhere else. It is awful. Plastic needs to go. A lot of other materials need to go. We need to use biodegradable stuff, but like, I'm good, I promise. I had to do research about this, and I had to learn, watch a couple of documentaries about it. I had to learn about certain other types of like materials, and I have like a plan of making like for once an activist, quote unquote, type of like art project. But it's too much. It's too much, and it pisses me off. Moving on. Anyway, Gumshoe, you were talking about something. Did you want some edamame? I have some edamame. Also, Maya has some milk. How about a card trick, the detective? How about some truth? And I'll give you some edamame. If you insist. How about that evidence? What is it? Caterpillar is like plastic, cheap and poisonous to the humanity. It's more than just humanity. Plastic is worse than just than hurting humanity. It's also hurting the earth as a whole. The chemicals are being like spread into the air, creating smog. I have not seen a beautiful clear blue sky in years. I remember like the sky used to be like a little bit of a blue tint to it whenever I was younger. It used to be like this kind of this skate color blue. It was a nice blue. And then as I got older, now it looks less blue, it looks more gray. You have any idea how sad that is? I have not seen a beautiful blue sky in a long time. Plastic's getting really bad. Smog's getting bad. We're all gonna die. And the worst thing is, people don't see a problem with it, especially big name companies, because all they see is money. They don't care if it hurts our world, and technically all of our lives, as long as they get to make an extra 20 bucks. Anyway, we're talking about evidence. Can we go back to lawyer funny time? Yeah, I'm sorry. The world sucks. We're gonna play a game now and have some fun. Here you go, pal. This was yesterday's Acro's room. Yes, sure, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it, pal. Won't Mr. Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why it's gotta be a secret, you see?
Oh, Kamsu! My stupid little agent, look at you go.
Look, pal, the details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not letting any allies or anything. But everything that's happened in Corp until now has gone according to our plan. I don't know, Mr. Karma doesn't seem to be in control of things in here. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion, you see? Final plans? Gumshoe is a gift to God's cruel world. Yeah. I like to think he knows how to recycle his plastics, too. He takes good care of the ecosystem. That reminds me, pal, I got a message from the prosecutor for ya. I recognize that saying anywhere. That was Edgeworth. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end, as he says. What do you mean by that? The very end part. That's Edgeworth! I recognize my man anywhere! Not sure, it's pretty cryptic to me. No, Phoenix, you know that man is around the corner. You know, it was Shadow the Hedgehog to Sonic the Hedgehog. He's the shadow to your Sonic. But I miss DJ Clark. Hi, DJ Clark. Shadow the Hedgehog. You know what? That checks out. Acro, as much as I hate to say it, Acro is the culprit. We have been proving him time and time again how he is right. We are technically taking a break right now. I'm eating some edamame because I already know the motive and everything else. And we just got an anonymous tip from Shadow the Hedgehog. I mean, Edgeworth. My boyfriend, my husband, whatever you want to call him. So yeah. Oh, and one more thing, pal. What? Listen, there's a large care package from the circus of the defendant. For me? A sheep pallet milk. The reception area looks like this kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink all of it up before it spoils. My entire dairy's worth of milk for me. And that's what you call a mama's boy. Drinking all that mama's milk. December 30th, 2:27 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. And I'd like to prove and counter you and say that it's wrong with the motive that I have if you let me fucking speak and you actually shut up and listen. I'd also like to see the proof of the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Echo would have to commit that crime. I already have it. I have a fucking letter, dude. I have a letter. I have the actual scarf. It contains pepper. Oh no. Oh no, the clocks are turning, the gears are turning, the clock is ticking. That's why the pepper was in the wooden box. The pepper was put onto Bat's scarf that caused the lion to sneeze. Oh no. Ben and Sheila are not in court because they're being investigated for being creeps. Yep, that's exactly it. Finished to be right around the corner asking for you to work at his office. He will be. Now, Mr. Tingling. Yes, Your Honor. He already asked me to work at his office earlier. Please proceed with your testimony. You get to the motive. Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to, okay? I'm about to shit myself with fear. That's a lie. I'm happily just eating edamame. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. And that's whenever the ringmaster of the Berry Circus took us in. I became an acrobat at this about 9 years ago. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That's my sole purpose in life, you know? You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could ever think the actor would kill the man he has such a high esteem for. Absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there is no real need for a cross-examination. Yes, there is! Let me fucking speak, you dumb bitch! Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Akko kill the ringmaster? Phoenix, I will headbutt you to make sure that you get my thoughts into your brain. Maybe the last chance to answer that question. Of course. The justice has the right to cross-examine the witness. I will do so. Please let me. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. No, I have one. Very well, Mr. Phoenix. Cross-examine the witness. If only Phoenix was Nagito, this game would be much swifter. Dude, you know, you're right. Press. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ooh. How could you ask such a thoughtless thing, Mr. Phoenix? Because I have a point. Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding with the witness's testimony? Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Wright. You better think long and hard. Ow. Ow. No matter how you look at it, there's no way that I could see this witness ever taken the victim's life. I can. What was that hit for and why? Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Mr. Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. This cross-examination was a trap. It might be, but there's still truth in there. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting quiet because I was listening, but I was also just nibbling on edamame. I'm just sitting here just nibbling on the freaking beans. His job as an acrobat in early A. Dingling berries? Bro. Bro, what? Okay. Why were you abandoned? Yes, my brother Sean and I. You have a brother. Do you not remember? No crying in court, bitch. Witness may proceed with this testimony. But that'll be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely. No, it is, if you just let me speak about what it is. Oh my gosh, I hate that I have to contradict the one thing. There was nothing to contradict in that testimony. I will admit I wasted time doing that, but at least I know some extra information. Exactly, Your Honor. Will you shut up? You're souring my edamame. Mr. Wright, I would like to ask you a question. Go ahead. I would like you to know, can you please provide an explanation as to why Aqua would want the ringmaster dead? Yes. Now that I come this far, there's no way that I could answer no. This one's gonna be good. Okay. Right here.
Take that!
I'm gonna go over this one more time. This is why Aqua killed the ringmaster. It is! I did present the note, right? It's the note. He doesn't have a motive, but he does! Bitch. He put it in Regina's pocket. He never targeted the ringmaster. He targeted Regina. He targeted Regina. He meant to press Regina. Oh, shit. The reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. Oh, shit. He had no reason to kill the ringmaster. He meant to kill Regina. Oh, no. Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so heart foolishly foolish. Okay. Did you forget that you made an accusation against this witness? I believe it was... This is the real killer of Russell Berry. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro. You didn't plan to actually kill the ringmaster, did you? The ringmaster was not actually your target. It was Regina. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of the witness's murder plot was not the ringmaster. It was in fact the daughter of the ringmaster, Regina. It was never his intention to kill Russell Berry. What? Order in the court. Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone loud in the face. Twice if you must. Bro, she has a whip. She can do it. She doesn't even need a bailiff. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Make a realization. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to get to us? It's still necessary to try to kill, though. Are you implying that Echo was trying to kill someone else? Yes. To imply that Echo was trying to kill someone else. Yeah. Go to the profiles? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Which is good, because I was about to lose it. Regina Berry? This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, yes? She's very pretty. Shut the fuck up, Judge. Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. No, it's not. You could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to do is you're wrong, and that's it. Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to... Ow. The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence. The incident regarding the brother. Now present the note and not the scarf? No.
Take that!
So she wants to get shot in court, I guess. Acro, do you remember this? That's... Yeah, you're right. It is a piece of paper that was found inside of the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat. Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. You can't present the scarf because there's no context in. Okay. Well, I know the context. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? Yes, but there's a problem. What problem is that? Acro did indeed place this note in someone's pocket. But it was not Russell Berry. It was the daughter, Regina. You mean, it wasn't for... Yeah, it's exactly what I'm saying. The person that wrote that note was intended for another person, Regina Berry. Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours. Yeah, it's the truth. It's not a theory, it's real. But Regina didn't think that the note was meant for her, which is why the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's whenever her father saw the note? Yeah. You know, a father that cares, unlike you. Yeah, that's right. The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina. That's incredible. If you remember the testimony that Akko gave us earlier, lifting the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way that I could have exerted that kind of force. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. So he had no idea who it was that arrived at the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of the window to see who it actually was. Akko thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's whenever he let the bust fly. Bro. He busted out his bust. Yep. Nick? Isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? Yeah. It's only getting worse from here. I hope Regina can handle it. She's tiny. She's fine. If Francisco wearing upsettos, otherwise that tiny burn's gonna sting, bro. Aka wrote this note to Regina. Yeah. Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas. How foolish you are. You're so foolish. You've even made me sound like a fool-hearted fool. Yeah, actually, I made you sound like a sad little girl who doesn't have a father to love. So, if anything, I'm just making yourself realize just how shitty your father was to you. Anyway, moving on. Very well, Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yeah, what about it? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is not declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. You don't get it, do you? What? She isn't looking for Papa's love. I mean, there's no one to love her anyway! The ringmaster knew that the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is the incident that alluded to the note? There is one person. I mean, if you mean Miss, yeah. But, like, that's really all I can think of. I know about it. An incident happened 6 months ago. Her favorite family member. If you're gonna say Edgeworth, I don't even think he likes her that much. And now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. You fucking fool. Are you sure that it relates to the present case? Don't call me out like this. That's okay, miss. It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything on this case has started with what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? Yeah! Honey. I'm so confident I'm eating food in the courtroom. Which is, by the way, not allowed. Don't eat food in the courtroom. If that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. It's the pepper from inside the box. If I can't answer that question, the judge is gonna think I'm bluffing. Uh-oh. What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's not a joke at all, actually. It's the decisive evidence that you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. What he was doing is so because he had decisive evidence inside the box. Another unbelievable conclusion. It's believable because that's what we found. Do you not remember the other court case? Are we dumb? Oh my gosh. Yes. Technically, she didn't kill anyone. Excuse me. But she did almost kill someone. Well, maybe killed, depending on how bad the coma is. But taking into the account, the only logical conclusion that you can draw foolish fool, whoever tries to fool of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim?
Take that!
The brother? Who is this man? It's Afro's younger brother.
Objection!
So what does this prove? Her younger brother isn't even dead yet. Technically, it's true, which is also what I was getting at. However, he had been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro would feel when his brother's dead. She did that to him. Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Do you wear earplugs all the fucking time? Or are you just actually deaf? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Akro's brother, Sean Dingling. And 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. A lion? Miss Regina Berry, is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position has ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. They use pepper. I feel like Tiny will loop around and end up loving her and crushing her by the end. I'm predicting it. She's not a fucking Nagito. Which means that crushing on Regina is taking place. She likely has 15 accessing. True. Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's not just in her. That's what you think? You're an 18-year-old with a whip. What do you mean? So what happened to Akro's brother? He is not the victim of an attempted murder. He is the victim of an accident. I see. What do we do now? No one seems to be going with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bab was actually an accident? No. It's more than that. It was an accident, but it wasn't an accident. You know what I mean? It was a prank, but it was like... It's like, you know whenever people take pranks on YouTube for like too far and it ends up being like horrific? It's one of those. This is exactly what it was. It was a little bit of a joke, a little bit of a prank, maybe, that went too far and literally ended this man in a coma. What? You are such a fucking amateur, Phoenix Wright. I am not an amateur. I'm a grown-ass man. There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. It was an accident due to prank work. Exactly. Wayne Hefner, professional, is just a prank. Yeah, like really bad, like horrible things that were like, it's just a prank, dude, it's just a prank. It's not a prank. Like, people nearly lose their lives or some shit. She might have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Akro's brother. That's just a scarf. It's covered in blood and it has pepper residue. Akro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, right? Yeah. Who was it, the one that gave the scarf to Bat? Regina. She gave it to him. Regina. You see, there's something more than just blood on the scarf, Your Honor. If you sniff it, you'd smell pepper. You can actually see it. It's pepper right here, pepper right here, pepper right here, pepper, 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 blood. The pepper are these little gray spots. You can tell. And what might that be? Pepper. 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 Fun fact, I used to have a cat named Pepper. She was a calico. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the incident. And she covered it in as much pepper as she could. What's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of figuring... I did not read that right. I did not read this right at all. Fingering a criminal is what it says. I didn't read that right. I thought he said you've done a good job of fingering an animal, and I need to walk away. I need to walk away. That made it worse. That made it so much worse. What was her crime? It was a prank gone bad. I don't want to talk about it. Is that what made the lion smile? I mean, I guess. Technically, it was a sneeze. Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? Is that what... No! Mr. Phoenix? Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling. Why are we talking about the smile now, bro? Not with the finger. Right before Bad was bit by that lion, for a moment the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lion's smile. It's important right now. The fingering? I've never heard of them smiling, however. Lion sneeze. No, the smiling. Okay. Leon was not trying to bite anyone at all. He actually did was sneeze. They are smiling whenever they get the right kind of satisfaction. No. He sneezed because of the pepper of the scarf. What? You fool. And I'm not fool. It's true. You've got to be kidding. No? What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object. For objection's sake. No, you need to provide reasoning, sweetheart. Mr. Phoenix, right? This theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident really happened? Of course. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that is whenever Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you simply put it. It's just a prank, bro! It's just a prank! Like, that's what this fucking is. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. I mean, you know it's true. I mean, even though she's only a little older than me to think about it that way. It was in the show's reality, she's very childish. I mean, yeah, but she needs to know the consequences of her actions. And I think that's why Mo brought her to court, is so that she can learn from the consequences of her actions. Oh, about Fran now. There's someone who treats this accident with the respect that it deserves. Are you telling me that what said was actually true? Acro, what if she actually didn't mean for it to be for this lion to bite on her head? What if she actually gave him the scarf to try to make Acro sneeze, but he didn't sneeze? But the lion did. You know, you can't mean witness? Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright. Unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper? The scarf? And the lion? I see where you're going, but it's a bit too hard to swallow. It's too big of a pill. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem than your theory. Is it your dick? Sorry. I'll see myself out. I'll walk out. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. What problem would that be? I'm gonna shut up. The same problem has always been. Evidence. Right, that's the big problem. Not what I said. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where's the evidence that proves this claim? You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise. The murder weapon? You mean the bust? The bust that defense claims is used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. It would be. If we could fucking find it, Gumshoe's gonna come and clutch and I swear and he's gonna present the bust. Please do. The bust. Man, I'd love to look at a picture of Edgeworth's bust right now. Nick, you've gotta do something. The last step, if I get this one right, the case is won. Request to search Acro's room. The defense requests to search the room of the witness Ken Dingley. So big and ample, what place could Acro have hid it? What is it now? It looks like you still haven't figured things out. If you want to check his bust, check his loins. Do we get to look underneath his blanket? Looks like you still haven't figured things out, have you? By now you must know the meaning of von Karma total justice. Indeed. Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. And what did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would still be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust is not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright? Bust was in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after. End of the story. Something's funny about all of this. Looks like you like the final nail to put in my coffin. Where else could he have put it? In the dead lion? What about the scarf? What about the note? All of them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence is relevant here is which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Okay. There's a lot wrong with this. Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. Where's the bust? There has to be a single clue. What am I supposed to know where the bust is? Oh, fuck. So this case is coming to a close. The defense counter-arguments look to have fallen short. What? What? Thank you for your support. What? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. No! The woman is missing could very much still be on the hook. I think that brings us to an end of the cross-examination of this witness. No! Hold it! Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present this case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. What? We need time to do what? Ow. Why are you the most surprised? She's your aide, isn't she? You really have a case to present, Mr. Wright. You're asking me? Am I coming in clutch again? That's up to you, Nick. Good luck. Wait, what? Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we'll be certain to lose. Okay, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll ever find anyone anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there is no room for a false stop. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. Your eyes about his blanket are like, is it really? It's on him? It's in this courtroom. No fucking way. It's in this room. It's in this very courtroom. How on earth was it not caught from like you know? You know what I'm talking about? His why is it not caught on the security? You have to go through security to go into the courtroom. Where's the security in here? That was where? I want me to pinpoint the location of the bus once and for all. The witnesses stand. Nobody inspects wheelchairs. You know what? You're right. Acro. But do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. I mean, you're a big guy and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just want to make sure you weren't hiding anything underneath the blanket besides that big-ass package of yours. Oh, why are we actually going lower? I was not ready for this. Because it really seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. I am too immature to be here. I'm too immature to be here. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bus is under there, along with another thing. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in that condition. That is proved inconvenient when you and Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. Tiny glanced at his big bus. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it. And the only place that you could hide it was under your wheelchair. Which is why I have to ask you again, Acro. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You fucking fool! How could you? Damn, he has such strong shoulders. You got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, 2. Oh, thank you. 2 of them? Miss Franziska Von Karma, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing that I'd like to know. How did you know the loss of surprise search on my room last night? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence. The cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away in the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. Whenever you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide it. And the only place that I could hide it was under my wheelchair. Ms. Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. Now to be caught in the middle of the court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way that I can escape that. Yeah, you got me. Well done, Miss Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. He has no idea just how much of a freaking crushing insult and blow he just did to Miss Von Karma. It is beautiful. It all makes sense now. I can't believe Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. She didn't. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know for sure that I couldn't. I can't believe it. Me, make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that, I would have fucking won. Well, that's what you get for trying to find the truth. Thank you for that. And I'm gonna have myself a little surprise bean. It seems that we have finally arrived at the truth. She's mad that she didn't cover up the truth. Exactly! Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I am responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him, and that's why he teased her. One day my brother sprinkled some pepper on her, and she started sneezing and couldn't help herself from laughing, you know? And that's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf in pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know that. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. To get back at him. But I couldn't possibly forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Virginia believed in that so much. So she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. And that's whenever you decided to do something about Regina, didn't you? How dreadful. Yeah, it sucks to be jealous of someone who actually is loved and cared for by people, you know? Well, correction, you wouldn't know that, Francisca. So you're saying that you are a victim to all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean at all. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am.
No!
What the fuck, dude? I wasn't expecting this shit to get emotional. Good thing I actually have a freaking toggle for this, but fuck it. First I thought I'd do it myself, and then I pondered about giving myself up, but I couldn't just up and leave. I couldn't. Quite literally, I can't stand. Not yet, at least. And that's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm sorry. I couldn't up and leave yet. Why are you making this sad? What the fuck? What the hell? What the fuck? This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I am a fucking idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again. Yeah, I have a good impression of people on that. I believe this now is beyond any point of possible discussion. Yep, and I'm gonna eat another seed. Or a bean. I'd like to declare my verdict. Court is adjourned. Yeah. December 30th, 4:27 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 5. Absolutely fabulous. To be honest, I can't really be too happy about this, though. Backer of the Ringmaster, Regina, the Bat. Not a single one of them is a bad person, huh? That is a good question. And one that I do not know the answer to. No! I'm gonna butcher your voice again! Let's go! Many congratulations, but only a max a million of them. Thank you, my darling. Ben is a bad person. Yeah. What's with the vibe of this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. You worry about people too much, and you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? Oh, she's crying. I love this. Oh, it's beautiful. She's been like this for a while now. It's all my fault. Uh-huh. Sweetie pie. That and Acro, they're never gonna be going back. And now everyone's gonna split up, and it's all my fault. Regina. Mr. Wright, can you tell me something? What do you want? Acro said something right now at the end. I couldn't up and leave yet. Does it mean that Acro is gonna try and get revenge on me? I He's not gonna do that, Regina. Are you sure? Didn't I believe that? Yeah. Hacker doesn't have any desire for revenge. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I want to know you're not just making this up. Oh, fuck. Of course, are you just not realizing that, honey? Present bat? Okay.
Take that!
Akro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. Oh, that's sad. That? That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I didn't know that. But now that Akro's been caught... I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes, and then we can meet Akro again. Damn. I'm sorry, Akro. I'm sorry, Bat. Hopefully this is enough to give her a little bit of peace of mind. Hey, Max. What's up, Mo? We really need to put you through a lot, huh? I'm sorry about what happened. But you are still a fucking freak. So whenever you'd like to leave us, pay your fee and rip out the contract and get the fuck out of here. Alright. I understand what a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's gonna happen to the circus? That's the big question. Our ringmaster's really an amazing person. I don't know what I'm doing with Max's voice. I'm sorry, Mo. You're Mo, not Max. I'm sorry. Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. Mo became gumshoe for a second. Like I said, I'm sorry. Mo's voice is just all over the fucking road. I know I tried to do like a smoker clown voice, but I really don't remember the fucking voice that I did for that. It's been a whole week. Okay, I can't remember. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus, and that's why I've made a decision. What's that? I just realized Mo's voice is just like the Monokuma voice. Yeah, he is. Mo's gonna be the new ringmaster? You know what? He seems like the best idea. Monokuma. Yeah, that makes sense. I decided that I'll take over as the new ringmaster. Turns out I'll turn the circus into the best circus this world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen? Don't laugh at me. It's quite the goal, actually. I can't wait. Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever need. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max. Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What'd you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help him out too, right? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me, you know? What are you talking about, Regina? Why don't you think that I thought you were to court today? To give me a fucking reality check? We gotta work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been! If you say so. Mo's honestly the best and most qualified of the circus members to start running circus, yeah. Because he's an actual adult. Yes! He actually is, like, real. Which is really weird. I don't really hate him that bad. I just don't like clowns, though, personally. You can't be the very big circus without Regina Berry, of course. Max. But, Mo, please do me a favor. Keep Regina and Max away from each other. Thank you. Nick, I think everything's gonna turn out alright. He's not gonna stop Max on Regina. Damn it! Can't wait to see the best circus in the world has ever seen. Ugh. I am not a big fan of the circus. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm gonna order some special whoopee cushion seats. I can't do the laugh, dude. I see. What made the case? Yesterday's surprise raid. I really paid off just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you, pal? It was just a theory. If that girl really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Oh. Especially if he was the defense attorney. Oh. Oh. You mean Mr. Rank, pal? Oh. He's reading newspaper. Of course. Old detective, my plane's here. As to Mr. Akko's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the chief prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Understood, pal. We'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. If only Phoenix knew. If Phoenix knew, he would fucking run to the fucking to the airport now. Yes, I met my husband. Shut up. Dude, you look sexy when he... Hell yeah. Oh my gosh. It's a picture of Edgeworth. Wow. It's beautiful. A brand new episode has been added. Hell yeah. I promise the case is actually a cinematic masterpiece. I don't mean that in a base love for Mike's attorney. That's fine. Actually, it's just about perfectly time for me to wrap this up. We shall start chapter 4 whenever we get back. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have a fantastic night or day depending where you're on the world and all that good fun jazzy jazz. Everyone in the circus needs to go to jail except for Regina because she's a child. And Mo because he technically was the most realistic person. Everyone else is shit. Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for being here, and that's it. Bye!